They were continuing the great collapse of what if Europe was instead, well, civilization started in Europe as well, and the great collapse is continuing as well. Yeah, the world is continuing to struggle as a massive pandemic plus a massive of and plus mass crop failures have caused many countries to go unstable as well. This has caused this Chinese country to gone into a dictatorship as well here. As well. However, North China is also pretty unstable as well. Yeah. But we'll get back to North China later. So this country right here, this country right here. This country has been struggling. It's a puppet state of this country right here, and basically they're about to revolt as well. Okay, the people here are sick and tired of the being a puppet state as well here. So basically, the ruler of this country, people on the suburbs, if there are suburbs, people on the outskirts and rural areas have to rebel first. This great country pushes them back a little bit as well, but they start to, with the help of the most powerful country in the world, they put down the rebels to begin with. However, rebels start to appear out of the populated areas of the country. Okay, and this becomes overwhelming for the country itself here, and the rebels capture all three major cities as well. Yeah, the rebels now have complete control, and they actually start invading into these areas right here, these very, very rural areas right here, and they even go after a major city as well here. But considering the fact that once India and Navarro Caliphate has had a massive fallout, this is causing major alarm bells for the Navarro Caliphate as well here. The country, the Navarro Caliphate king, basically notices there was also Persian rebels over here. Also, this is not a capital city. I don't know why it's same size, but these rebels over here, they appear and they take a bunch of cities here as well. Here, it seems that the Persians want to form their own country here. Also, this Egyptian puppet state declares its independence as well here. Here, even attempting to bring back the original Egyptian religion, which has been suppressed for centuries at this point, as well here, capturing Somalia as well here, and the rebels so far see success, as this country is very unstable. Okay, the Anatolians also break free. The Green Anatolian team also breaks free as well, and they start to take a bunch of cities as well here, as peasants start to rebel against the leader. This will also cause this country to do a small invasion to take these two major cities right here to kind of unite the peoples of this area right here, as the peoples of this area are kind of, here. However, the counter-offense will begin between the Navarro Caliphate and all the rebellions. The Navarro Caliphate will push back these rebels right here, and they will be pushed back to here as well, to this major area right here. However, the main forces will be put onto the Egyptians, as they don't want this extremely densely populated Egyptian area to be taken over. They were pushed back against the Egyptian army pretty hard as well here. Going all the way back to the border, and even starting to invade the puppet government as well here. Here, Again, this Egyptian country isn't really too populated, and already they lost a lot of land through the war as well here. They're also pushed back against the Green Egyptian army as well here, as they are very, very, very unequipped, ill-equipped to fight this war. So they are actually pushed back a decent amount, all the way to this one city right here where they originated. Navarro Caliphate also manages to push back against this country right here, at least a little bit as well here. However, this will cause this country to expand even further as well here, taking this major city as well here and cutting it off here. This Ethiopia country invades Somalia as well here as a third party as well here. Yeah, and basically just takes control of it. And declares war on the Egyptian country as well. They want more land as well, and they basically want to conquer more land from the Egyptian country. Yeah. The Red Country invades the capital city of this Egyptian country, and they fully surrender. This is probably why the Libyan country did not really enter. The Libyan country is the only country that really is helping the Navarro Caliphate at this point, and they push back against this blue country right here as well here. However, the rival son, the king dies. Okay, and this is a very, very important moment. To say the two sons, okay, basically duel it out, and no, the one son takes power. However, the second son declares his own country down here. Yes, the second son goes down here to declare his own country as well. He goes to declare a Omani-esque country, and he actually takes a small portion of the military with him as well here. And basically he takes over this Omani UAE-esque area alongside Qatar as well here, and these areas right here. Here, they are pushed back out of these major cities over here and pushed down to here. However, it has become a stalemate on all fronts. This has kind of allowed the Persians to recalibrate and push back a little bit right here, and they go back to invading a lot of the areas right here. Here, the Green Country starts to take a lot of the Anatolian land back as well here. And this Pink Country moves past the front line and now moves towards here. However, they are met with fierce resistance over here, and they don't move further here. The Persian country continues to move here and here as well here. Here, causing many of the main rebels to basically split off here and here. Here. However, for 4 years, this has basically become a massive stalemate. Yes, this Navarro Caliphate has been able to take out this land here. The only changes in the front line is basically this blue Persian country taking over this land here. Here, and fully taking over these provinces here. And these guys being kicked out of several provinces up here, alongside the UAE king to be pushed out of these provinces here. A peace deal is made as well. Basically, these countries have now made a massive peace deal here. All parties involved here will sign a peace deal. So the aftermath of this great war, basically a bunch of new countries have been created. The Persian country's capital will be right here. Um, this the new king, the UAE country. This is what this country will be called. Will be down here. The capital will be there, and this original. This is basically the rebellion of the original Egyptian country, and they have basically regained their independence as well here, kicking the Naval Caliphate out of Anatolia for good for now. Oh, also we got to give the pink team some land. So there you go, we gave the pink team some land. However, Naval Caliphate actually got all this unscathed and also going to have to edit these borders. So the stability map for all these new countries are very stable because of new countries as well. Also, these countries have been reset to the lower stability, the highest, some of the greatest stability ever. As the Persians are pretty happy that they have their own country. Also, we're gonna have to remove 2 more puppet states as well here. Yeah, these 2 puppet states will be removed as well, and also gonna have a new ideologies. So this country adopts a very new ideology. It adopts a dictatorship ideology. Okay. Yep, we have a new dictatorship. And I think we're gonna see a rise of dictatorships as well here. These 3 countries now exist as well here. Ethiopia exists as well. The old Egyptian style democracy as well returned to this country as well here. Here, this country retains a similar government here. However, we have another dictatorship down here. This country becomes a dictatorship as well. It seems that no countries have adopted a monarchy. I know the Egyptian one is a type of monarchy, and this country's government is a type of monarchy as well here. Here that they practice as well here. But yeah, this is good. This is always going to be the hardest one as well here. But we have basically sorted it out as well here. And now it's time to get to Europe. So Greece, unfortunately for Greece, they adopt a dictator. Yep, a dictator rises to power in Greece, and that's basically all that happens, as well. Okay, yeah. Greece's stability actually goes better now because of this dictator. And the dictator does kind of help, does make Greece's stability better as well here. These countries are just going to have hard times, like these poorest countries as well. They're not going to really collapse because they're just having a hard time. However, one country that is struggling very much is the Spanish country. Yeah, Iberia, which has been one of the strongest countries forever, might split into 2 as well. And we see exactly that happen as well. One of the strongest countries in the world will split in 2. And this is voted by a peaceful resolution as well here. This is not a forced civil war or something. But basically, these countries split into 2. Actually, they use the actual color. Yeah, and basically Orange Iberia is released as well here. Which means most likely Orange Iberia will likely be, or basically this will be basically Leon, and this will basically be, okay, as well. This is basically just to increase stability. Both countries can unite if they want to, but basically this is Spain. That's what we'll be calling this country because that's where the capital will be. The capital will be in Spain, not like in Catalonia or something as well here. And yeah. So basically Ireland elects a new government. They are dictatorships. So there's a lot of dictatorships now in the world here. And that is it about the stability crisis. The rest of the countries are able to handle it just fine as well here. There's still like the poorest country. People rise up against the poorest dictator. That's the last thing that happens as well here. Basically, all that really does is a change in government as well here. And the Polish people decided to establish Poland as a democratic country, bringing the total of democratic countries to 11. No, I don't know how many democratic countries are now. And bringing this country's stability back down to the yellow. As well. Also, we have this Kazakhstan country. However, they were able to weather the storm, and the country goes back down. Mostly because there was a famine in the country, because this country is not really well known for being a... Same thing with this country right here. This country managed to survive relatively unscathed as well here, going back down to a lower level as well here. However, the world governments have changed a lot as well here. So democratic countries, including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Europe. So there's 5 democratic countries in Europe. There's 1 democratic country in Libya as well. There is 1 in Africa, which is the Libya country. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 democratic countries in Europe and Africa. Asia has 1, 2, 3, 4 democratic countries. So actually, so that's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 democratic countries currently in the world. How many dictatorships are there? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have like around 14 dictatorships as well. Also going to update the religion map. So basically the Egyptian religion has kind of been eradicated, erased off the face of the earth as well here. However, the new Egyptian independence country, they are basically in institutions bringing back the Egyptian religion as well here. Basically the Egyptian religion now is starting to see a revival here in this country right here, at least for now. And basically in this country right here, they basically bring back the Egyptian religion as well here. And this is the first time a religion has been brought back from the dead as well. The Persian religion, I think, is extinct. There was a Persian religion as well here. The Navarro religion kind of has eradicated the original Persian religion. The pink religion also starts to spread in these 2 areas right here. Also, Ethiopia's religion starts to spread, and they're taking over areas as well here. Given the Ethiopian religion, the Ethiopian sect of the Egyptian religion is still alive and kicking. The Yellow India religion is mostly just surviving now here over here, as the Yellow India religion is now at least fighting a little bit back here as well here. But this religion is also starting to push back against the yellow religion as well here. Also, I know, okay, they're not the same exact color. But the Yellow India religion has kind of pushed the Yellow religion in India has kind of been pushed back as well here, as decades of assimilation in the major urban areas have kind of pushed back this religion a little bit as well. And of course, you have these religions over here. However, this country right here adopts this dark gray religion as well, and however, now we're done with the Great Crisis, which lasted at least 30 years. This small country we're on the wrong map here. We'll basically say, hey, this might be an easy way to trade, and they basically go through here as well here, and they basically discover a new way to trade as well here. The Chinese country will also explore a little bit of the lands over here. However, the Siberian countries will use this opportunity to expand greatly as well here. So this country, so here are going to be the new borders of the Siberian countries here. And basically they'll explore further into the areas here, and they will basically extend as well here. They will explore more of the more surrounding areas. As the Siberian countries expand even more, now finally creating a border of each other. Also, the religions start to expand. So the two Siberian religions start to expand. Also, they start to create their own provinces as well, as Siberia doesn't really have any provinces. So Siberia starts to create huge provinces at the beginning, as these countries still don't have a lot of population as well, and the provinces look something like this. Also, this pink Chinese country creates a few new provinces as well, and they even create some more interesting shaped provinces. And there were some border war here over in these provinces here being created as well. Also, this Burmese country creates a few new provinces as well here, as they are more established. Also, the Indonesians create more provinces as well here. Given the country's existence as well here. Also, this area is becoming very densely populated. Also we should go alongside of major cities. Which will be adding a few ton of major cities. So first is a major city over here. This is it. Ethiopia has a new major city as well here, and Morocco has a new major city here as well here. Europe, there wasn't really much more room for any new major cities. Maybe one around here as well here. Maybe a new one in this country right here as well here. One over here in Saudi Arabia, one up here on the border of the Caspian Sea as well. Maybe another one in one of these Siberian countries as well here. Also, we're gonna have a few new major cities, as China after this sees massive population growth as well here. So we're seeing tons of major cities being created in the Chinese countries. One in Cambodia, one here. Indonesia also starts to see massive population growth as well here. As immigration from Southeast Asia alongside this standard population growth as well here. Japan gets a new major city as well as a major city put here. Europe doesn't really get any new major cities. There was one over here by the capital of Brittany as well here, but yeah, there was one new major city in Egypt. Also, yeah. However, that is it for this video. It's getting already pretty bit long as well. Yeah. Yeah, also, we gotta make sure we didn't, so yeah, the world is now starting to look a bit more nicer as well. Yeah. Yeah. There are still a few areas like Central Arabia where there isn't really any major cities. Also going to be updating the trade route map as well here before this video is over. Yeah. So this country will create a trade route through this Kazakh country to Russia as well here. Also there will be a trade route going down through this little narrow path right here. Also because of this trade route, this will cause a lot more of the surrounding land to be, yeah. And this trade route will go all the way towards Orange, China. There'll be a new trade route going towards here. And a trade route going over to north as the technology has gotten better as well here. Yeah. And the trade route going through Morocco as well here. And ending basically at the border of this province right here. And a new trade route going through Ethiopia all the way down to this little country over here as well here. Also going to now have, oh wait. Yeah, but we have a trade route going kind of through here. And the only other development in the trade route department is one here. As well as a new trade route going through North China. With a few connections throughout China. A trade route going from here to here. And of course, the trade route going through Japan. We have a trade route going through Indonesia as well here. We also have a new trade route being created in Papua New Guinea. As well, afterwards only from like the two cities. And now we have a very ambitious trade route starting to appear throughout Ethiopia and Somalia, which is still very unpopulated as well here. Here. And a trade route going through here for unoccupied land to here to here to here. And trade route going through Russia as well. So yeah, there we go. That's the update on the trade routes as well here. And the trade routes is now becoming much more bigger as well here. But there will be a time where this will no longer be, trade routes will no longer be necessary to be sown as well here. And it really shows the wealthier countries have more trade routes, meanwhile like the very unwealthy countries. And so also with the creation of these trade routes, these countries, because of the monopoly over the European trade as well, they become very rich and wealthy as well here. And their population starts to boom. Currently, these countries have a combined have a population of around 1.1 million, 2.3 million, and 653k population. However, these populations exploded in the past decade, and now we are in for year 1400 as well. And this will start the age of exploration. Goodbye.